Your life. Hi. Hello, friends. From the team of PWIP, we are coming live for the first time on YouTube. Since this is the first time, I would like to mention what we do at PWIP. Our mission has been to help a lot of aspiring businessmen, aspiring exporters to understand this cross-border trade, understand exports. Rice exports is what we normally tend to focus on. A lot of people want to actually understand how to actually become an exporter, how to be a rice exporter. Rice is one such commodity which is very very easy to start, my friends. बहुत आसान है चावल export करना, because it is not something like, say for example, vegetables जो बहुत highly perishable है, जिसके लिए रेफ्रिजरेशन चाहिए. It is not like, say for example, ice cream या frozen food जिसके लिए रेफ्रिजरेशन चाहिए, right? So rice is one such product, one such commodity जो आप easily export कर सकते हो, easily store कर सकते हो, right? So we do a lot of things. हम we are having a YouTube channel, हम हमारे website है. So there are a few questions regarding exports, regarding rice exports, regarding food safety license, regarding payment terms, regarding packaging, regarding quality assessments. There's a lot of questions that has come to us, which I'm going to answer today on this live session. At the same time, my friends, if you have any particular question that you want to ask me, you can leave it here in the comment section. So, to share with you our journey, my friends, हम orders के साथ भी help करते हैं to a lot of aspiring exporters. We normally cater to Singapore market, Vietnam market, Malaysia market, Philippines market, and the Middle East like Qatar, UAE, Bahrain, Kuwait, and these kind of regions, right? We are based in Bangalore, my friends. We are a team of 30 members. So very quickly, now let's get into a little bit details about exports, rice exports, and the rice trade, right? A lot of times it happens that for new exporters or first time exporters, बहुत बार हम सिर्फ सोच में लग जाते हैं कि एक्सपोर्ट इज क्रॉस बॉर्डर ट्रेड, राइट? दूसरे कंट्री में रहते हैं कस्टमर्स, whether my payment is going to be safe, whether I'm going to be able to take an order, give price in US dollars, do the documentation, do the custom clearance, ये सब हमें कर सकता हूँ या कर सकती हूँ. These are a lot of things that worry most exporters. लेकिन on our Instagram channel or Facebook channel and in our lot of communications, I always say that exports जो है one of the safest business है, for the one main reason, which is payments. The payments for exports is very very clear. Like in domestic business में, local business में क्या होता है, when we actually supply goods to some particular company, बोला जाता है कि the payment terms is a 1 week or 1 month, but normally it might not be. You have to still follow up on payments, etc. लेकिन exports में it's a different thing altogether, right? Exports में you have to get the cargo to the port. At the port, as soon as the cargo, the container gets loaded onto the ship, to the vessel, there is a document that is generated called BL. This BL, you have to show it to your customer. You have to send it by scan copy to your customer and request for payment. कस्टमर पहले आपको पेमेंट करेगा, उसके बाद ही आपको बीएल सरेंडर करना है. क्या है ये बीएल सरेंडर? इसका मतलब ये है, इवन इफ योर कार्गो हैज रीच्ड फॉर एग्जांपल से यूएसए, राइट? बीएल आपके पास है, which means the owner of the goods, the control of the goods is still in your hand, even if the cargo has reached US or any part of the world. And the best part is, Once you get the payment in your account, only then you will tell the shipping line to surrender the BL, right? Which means you have total control over your payment. You procure the material, understood. You have to make payment to your supplier, is understood. You get it till the port, you take the BL from the shipping line. In until here you have to put your investment, but as soon as you get the BL, you share the scan copy of the BL with to the customer, and the customer makes the payment. And after you have received the payment, you then tell the shipping line, see, I have got my payment, I have no objection, please go ahead and surrender the BL to the customer in USA. Or if you or your BL physical copy, you can courier it to the customer also, if once you get your payment, right? And there are other a few instruments that you can use. So exports business is that safe. And for the buyer, it's a bigger worry for the buyer actually, because the buyer has made payment without even seeing the cargo. What if the buyer makes the payment to you and then clears the container, and when he opens the container has bad quality of products in it, because the customer now has already paid to you? What he's going to do with the bad quality? So customers also do have a risk, right? So how, and how to mitigate this risk, how to avoid these kind of risk, is what we need to actually keep worry about, right? We have got a few questions from our users, about uh, you know um, what to do about exports, how to do exports. Like for one question we have got from Avishek Aditya. He's asking, any type of mentorship do you provide, or do you work in profit sharing basis with exporters, right? So ये question के लिए answer ये है for Avishek Aditya is that, well, we have a plan which is called an export tutorial plan if you want to learn exports. So you can actually take a export tutorial plan from us to learn exports. And yes, we do work on orders as well. There are fixed orders that we are actually right now working on and bringing to exporters. We have more than about 25 exporters who are currently working with us for regular weekly and monthly shipments to Singapore, Malaysia, Vietnam, etc. Right? So we help A to Z in this, from getting you an order, getting you a payment surety, buyer authenticity, buyer confirmation, payment guarantee from us, quality audit, selection of rice mills, bags, documentation, shipments, container bookings, everything is we do it for you, and we do hand holding for you in this kind of opportunities. So yes, we do bring orders and work with many exporters like this. So if you are one such person or company, like, planning to come to become an exporter, you should definitely get in touch with us. Also, you should understand that you have to procure the products and then sell it for customer to make the payment, which means you need to have your own investment to buy the products, right? So you would we currently are doing about 5 containers worth of shipment in one particular invoice or one particular lot, which means you should have an investment amount of anywhere between 35 to 40 lakhs, right? To buy rice, to buy bags, to buy, pay for the shipments, etc. And finally, the customer pays to you, right? And what happens is, once, for example, you have enough funds to do one particular shipment, and when the payment comes for that particular shipment, and then you can reuse that funds to continuously keep exporting. So you can keep rotating the funds, you can keep doing so, which means, if, for example, if you're doing 35 lakhs worth of exports in particular month, and the next month you are doing the same 35 lakhs worth of exports, that means you are actually using that funds again, which means in a month of, in 10 months, 35 lakhs into 10, you can do 3.5 crores worth of turnover. So in 12 months you could do 3.5 crores plus another 35 70 lakhs, so you can almost do 4.25 crores worth of turnover in 1 year, my friends. So that's an amazing start to have, right? So I'm also getting a few more questions here on the chat window. So Akash Garg is asking, sir, मुझे फॉरेन ट्रेड का कोर्स करना है कम पैसों में और दिल्ली में, ऑफलाइन क्लासेस में, प्लीज कैन यू सजेस्ट मी सम गुड इंस्टीट्यूट्स और कॉलेज फॉर दिस, आई रियली वांट टू डू दिस प्लस सजेशंस। ओके, तो आकाश गर्ग के लिए मेरा फीडबैक और एडवाइस ये है, अंडरस्टूड। क्या मैं आपसे जान सकता हूं कि आपके पास एक्सपोर्ट सीखना एक होता है और एक्सपोर्ट करना एक होता है। बहुत सारे लोग एक्सपोर्ट सीख के कभी एक्सपोर्ट करते ही नहीं है। अगर आपके पास कैपिटल है, 4 कंटेनर 5 कंटेनर करने का कैपिटल है, हम आपको प्रैक्टिकली आपको आपका कंपनी का एक्सपोर्ट कराएंगे, ए टू जेड पूरा आपको हम सिखाएंगे। तो आपका कंपनी का एक्सपोर्ट भी होगा, यू विल लर्न द होल प्रोसेस, प्राइसिंग कैसे करते हैं, ये सब आप जान सकते हैं। फिलहाल हम एट PWIP वी डोंट डू ऑफलाइन कोर्सेज, हम सिर्फ ऑनलाइन हमारा ट्यूटोरियल कोर्स है जो हम करते हैं। बट आकाश, इफ यू हैव funds with you to do exports, if you want to do your exports, as early as in 1 week you want to start, you should definitely get in touch with us। हमारा जो व्हाट्सएप नंबर है मैं इधर डाल देता हूं आप सबको, which is our WhatsApp number is +91 83177749274. So 83177749274 is our WhatsApp number. Please send us a message and then we can talk, right? So Siddhant Soni is asking, how does exporter learn in this program, and all of the work is done by PWIP team? Yes, so about learning exports, it's a different course altogether there where you get to learn. So that is for your learning. But what we do is at PWIP we give you confirmed orders and we handle A to Z everything for you, right? So buying of cargo, pricing to the customer, payment assurity, which customer, which mill, what quality, bags, logistics, shipment, containers, everything is being done by us and we will handhold you, which means you can become an exporter if you have a company ready, right? You company, when I say company, you have to have, it can be proprietorship company also, you have to have a company registration, you have to have your GST certificate, पैन कार्ड, आपका इंपोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट सर्टिफिकेट या इंपोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट कोड होना चाहिए आपके पास। फिर उसके साथ आपको कुछ लाइसेंसेस लगेंगे, जैसे फूड सेफ्टी लाइसेंस एंड अपीडा लाइसेंस। ये सब बहुत आसानी से हो सकता है, हम आपको इसके बारे में और डिटेल्स भी दे सकते हैं, right? Food safety license has to be a central license because there is two kind of licenses in food safety: state license and central license. State normally exports में क्या होता है, we are, our company is based in, for example, Mumbai, but we are doing shipment out of Kolkata, तो it is out of state, right? तो आपको central license चाहिए जो आसानी से बन सकता है। तो वी हैव फराज खान आस्किंग, ओरिजिनल बीएल की स्कैन कॉपी बायर को देनी हुई ड्यू पेमेंट लेने के लिए, और जब पेमेंट आ जाए तो रियल बीएल कोरियर करना है बायर को। सी आई वुड लाइक टू टेल फराज खान इज दैट द ओरिजिनल बीएल जो है, यू नीड नॉट सेंड इट टू द बायर ऑलवेज। कुछ बायर्स होते हैं जो उसको ओरिजिनल बायर मांगते हैं, बट ड्यूरिंग द टाइम ऑफ कोविड ये बड़ा सा स्टेप हुआ कि बहुत, बिकॉज कोरियर्स कंपनीज सारे कुछ बंद थे, तो देयर इज अ फेमस एंड वेल नोन कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ सरेंडरिंग द बीएल। How do we surrender the BL? Once you get the BL will be with the shipping line itself. You tell them you hold, or your agent itself, you tell them you hold the BL with you. You just send me scan copy. उस स्कैन कॉपी को आपको भेजना होता है कस्टमर के पास। वंस अ कस्टमर बेस्ड ऑन स्कैन कॉपी, कस्टमर को भी प्रूफ आ जाता है कि आप आपने एक्चुअली वाकई एक्सपोर्ट किया है आपने, तो इसके बेसिस पे द कस्टमर विल मेक द पेमेंट टू यू, एंड वंस द पेमेंट यू गेट इट इन योर बैंक अकाउंट, आप वही शिपिंग लाइन या एजेंट को बोलेंगे कि प्लीज गो अहेड एंड सरेंडर द बीएल, एज आई हैव नो ऑब्जेक्शन एंड आई हैव गॉट माय पेमेंट, राइट? ये एक काम आपको करना होता है, फिजिकल बीएल भेजने का जरूरत नहीं है। लेकिन अगर कस्टमर मांगता है तो देन यू विल हैव टू गिव, एंड सो दैट इज व्हाट इज टू बी डन. आज के दिन पे मोस्ट ऑफ द कस्टमर्स डोंट आस्क, बट इफ इट इज एन एलसी शिपमेंट, इफ इट इज अगेंस्ट डॉक्यूमेंट्स थ्रू बैंक, तो आपको ओरिजिनल बीएल आपको बैंक को देना होगा या कस्टमर को कुरियर करना होगा. Right, that's the answer for us. I hope I have answered your question. Right, Rahul Asrani is asking what's the profit margin in 5 FCL rice export. See, we are talking about non-basmati rice. We are talking about volumes. So non-basmati rice or volumes में क्या होता है कि roughly the margin is anywhere between $5 to $6 per ton. So in this case, I am just taking out my calculator to just to give you an idea. So $5, let's assume $5 per ton into in one container is roughly about 26 tons. So 5 into 26 is $130 is the margin per container, into 5 containers is so $650 for 5 containers. So how much is $650? $650 into say today's dollar rate, say let's say 79. So it is about 51,350 rupees for 5 containers. Now, if the how much was your investment for rice? Let's say, for example, 33 lakhs, right? So 51,350 divided by 33 lakhs is 15 point sorry 1.5%. So and your payment turnaround is about 25 to 30 days. So in 1 month, for your investment, for your capital that you put to exports, you earned 1.5% in a month. So 1.5%, right? 1.5 into 12 months, it is like earning 18% returns on your money for the year, right? So these are the margins like, and we can discuss in more detail, Rahul, right? अल्तफ मंगन इज मनखड़ इज आस्किंग पेमेंट एश्योरिटी के बारे में डिटेल में बताएं. सो पेमेंट सिक्योरिटी जो है, सो व्हाट वी आर ट्राइंग टू डू इज दैट one is that PWIP, we are personally from the company, we are actually giving a payment assurity to all the exporters, right? We are giving it through instruments like MOU and security check and these kind of things. And at the same time, the buyer has appointed a few buyers have appointed us in India to take care of quality, to do the shipment process, etc., right? So we are actually going to handle this in a very very professional way, right? I have Ashish Sharma asking, my question is what is white rice in exports and long grain rice in export? So white rice के बारे में हम लोग very recently एक video launch करने वाले हैं. So white rice is nothing but normally white rice जब बोलते हैं, it is either IR64 white rice or it is Swarna white rice. IR64 is 6 mm length, grain length is 6 mm, whereas Swarna is only about 5 to 5.2 mm. So Swarna is a short grain, IR64 is a long grain. IR64 is about 6 mm, Swarna is about 5.2 mm. And IR64 is a thin grain rice, whereas Swarna is a thick grain rice. So IR64 is a bit more expensive than Swarna. And in this there are two other things that to look at: fresh milling and rice to rice, right? If it's a paddy freshly milled, then it is called fresh milling. If it is a paddy which is already if it's a rice which is already available before and remilled again, repolished again, then it is called remilling or rice to rice. So these are the things in that you have to look out for in white rice. So you have to ask your customer whether you want long grain white rice, which means IR64, or short grain white rice, which is Swarna rice, right? So I have Rohit Singh asking, UAE clients want 100% LC or USAN's LC. Is it safe in UAE? See, if it is 100% LC, I mean, LC is safe, but there are different types of LC, site LC and USAN's LC, right? But if your bank says that, okay, USAN's means it is a credit LC, meaning the customer is going to give you 30 days USAN's or 60 days USAN's or 90 days USAN's. What this means is that, what happens is once you produce the documents, आप shipment करने के बाद, once you produce the documents, फिर customer will get the documents in his country, he will sign the documents and take the documents, but it is after 30 days. But the bank will say that I will give you guarantee that bank will give guarantee that at the time of 30 days, their buyer's bank will make the payment to your bank. However, you will not get the payment until the bank, which is you have to wait for 30 days. But the good thing about this is, because the bank is guaranteeing the payment to your Indian bank can give you a loan on it, right? It can give you the 85% to 90% of the funds to you on an interest rate, because they know that the bank has already confirmed. So this is what you have to check with your bank, whether it is a good bank, it has to be a reputed bank. You have to send that LC draft to your bank, and then your bank will confirm this to you, right? So, but Rahul Asrani is asking, how does how does LC at site, 100% LC at site work? What's the procedure? So basically, one thing you should know, my friends, is that whether it is a site LC or a USANS LC, you have to have funds to procure the material, take it to the port, do all the process, load it to the vessel, get the BL and all other documents, like you have to prepare the invoice, packing list, phytosanitary certificate, fumigation certificate, quality certificate, marine insurance, along with your BL, and then submit to your bank. And the bank will then process it in 1 or 2 days and send it to customer's bank. Only then you will receive the payment. Which means, just because somebody just gave you an LC, as soon as the person gives LC, your bank will not give you the money to do that exports, unless you have a credit with line with the bank, you have a loan from the bank, or you have a company already running where you have loan facilities from the bank. All this, if you have, then the bank would give you loan, which is either packing credit or export packing credit, or any kind of loans, business loan, that you can prepare this for, right? My friends, this is all that I wanted to talk about today. There's a lot of things regarding to exports. Exports is one of the safest business anybody can do, my friends. I can bet you and challenge you on this. Any with anybody, that there cannot be a better business than exports, right? And rice is one safe product. It had happened to us in the past that our containers in a different country got stuck for 3 months. Even after getting stuck for 3 months, the rice quality was very good, right? Why? That is the beauty of rice. If it was any other commodity, like say vegetables or perishables or frozen items, getting stuck in a port for 3 months, there's a lot of damages, a lot of power, because it has to be refrigerated, a lot of charges, either somebody has to bear it, right? So rice is one great product. It's always in demand. It will never go out of demand, whether be it recession or whatever. The rice is always going to be in demand. And India last year has exported 70,000 crores worth of rice. So India annually exports 70,000 crores worth of rice. So rice is a very, very, very big market for all of us. I hope, my friends, you like the information that we keep sharing, that we've shared. I would love to, you to please send us a message, connect with us, and we hope we could help you with exports or rice business, or anything that you might feel that we could help you. Right. Thank you so much for joining this live, my friends. I will try and come live more often. Until then, take care. See you. Bye.